Good morning, everyone. Welcome everyone for the third CoachAbility session. And I would like to use this opportunity to welcome Dr. Mathangi. So let me give a brief intro about Dr. Mathangi. And Dr. Mathangi is a certified life and adolescent coach and professor and head of mind-body medicine and lifestyle science at Sri Ramachandra Institute of Higher Education and Research in Chennai. She comes with the 25 plus years in academics. She blends science, mindfulness, and practical wisdom to guide individuals towards self-awareness and well-being. With that, I hand over the session to Dr. Mathangi. Dr. Mathangi, welcome. Thank you.
Or a 10 minutes more or a 5 minute more, the changes that keeps happening on their face, becoming fidgety or asking for water, going to washroom, all these things were something like I used to keep thinking today's session, who are going more, the girls or the boys? What is the subject? How is it happening? Who asked for additional paper? I started to, it was more of an observation. Okay, this is as a teacher, I'm just telling. But these are the things that are actually made me realize you listen not just through ears, or you hear not just through ears, you hear through your eyes as well. So there are too many things to listen as we are doing it. Okay. So with this a very small intro to why I took this as the topic, because this is helping me when I'm with both my young clients as well as my older clients, because young clients also open up very fast, but there is a long time that an older client, that too if their designation is higher, they start to take a little longer time to connect with us, because there is that a small iota that is always there to see, like, can I? It is to show your vulnerable side to the coach. It needs a long time. So that means before they open up, I can't take too much of a time. So, but what I need to see is I need to see the other cues with which I can identify. This is the thing that I started to see. And that's exactly when Ranjit sir asked me, what topic would you like to take? I just said, this is something that I really love and I would like to take it. Permit me to share my slides. Just give me a second. A second, please. Just open my slides and keep it ready. Just give me a quick thumbs up if my slides are visible on a slideshow mode also. Is it visible?
Yeah, it
Yes.
is coming.
Thank you. Okay. So this inside out is what I want to know. It's both on outside in or an inside out. Being a professor for so long, automatically it comes like there will be a lot of activities driven only. I'd be really happy if all of you could be a part of it, not just listen. So that would make it like, how do we do it as well? Thank you for that. And I think this is one image we all would have seen, being mindful or mindful, very widely used image. I think this is something very much relates to us as a coach. What am I looking at? I'm sure my client is throwing so many things. From that, what is it that one which I should look into it? Okay, there are multiple things I can observe, but from that, what? And that clarity is what I need to give to my client as well. I think that is the connect that I need to make with the client. How do I make it? That is a few simple techniques that I've been following, and it has actually helped me. So I'm making it with some of the examples here in this process. So what we are trying to bring is, the minute I am going to be in that embodied coaching mindset, automatically I'm not seeing what is being said. I'm going to listen to the whole self. And more so, I myself am first going to be there, present there, now and there. I think all of us have a habit. I'm sure all of us have put our mobile phone on a silent mode or a switch off mode. I think we do it right in front of the client. Put it on a switch off mode so that the client also realizes she has given me her time. Her part of life is being given to me to understand my problem. It is my problem. Let me put my phone into my bag. So that is the commitment that first starts with each other. So it's almost like I see and I do. That mirroring is always there. So we are there in full. They are also there in full. And I am there with my mind and my attention completely there. That automatically makes a lot of self awareness. My state of awareness increases so much. A small thing. Let's take, we are sitting for a meditation session. I'm just taking that because International Day of Yoga just got over. We're sitting in a meditative meditation session. Perfect. It is pin drop silent. Suddenly, somebody's cell phone gives a beep. You can see that the amount of irritation that happens to all of us. Because when we were still, all the sense organ sensitivity has actually, let's say, it normally gets sensed to 20 to 300 decibels of sound. Now, even for the 2 decibel, I feel the same effect as I had for 300. So that means what has happened is just because I've made that focused attention in my meditation, my sensitivity goes up. And if we bring that into our session, I automatically become very responsive to every change that I start to see in my client, right? So I think this is the basic crux with which I am going into the session now. Okay. Let's listen to our body as such now. Okay. So let's listen to our body. Okay. Now, how I want you to do now, I'm starting with first one. Please type on your chat or unmute yourself, tell me. What's your body telling to you right now as you entered this session? I will also watch on the chat myself. Or me too, I'll ask your help as well in case. Okay. What's your body telling to you right now? Is it like to sit erect? Is it too much noisy? Voice is not clear? These are all peripheral in your body. The sensations that you're feeling. How do you feel it?
So shall I read out some of the responses?
I'm also seeing it, Metu. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
sure.
you. Also opened it up. The eagerness, what's going on, going show next in the slide. Stay present. Fantastic. My mind is tired. Ankurdas Gupta. Hope I keep you awake all through. Just move in. Fantastic. Staying in the flow. Beautiful. Each one of us have something, right? Now these things are going in my mind. Each one of mine, something is going on that keeps life ticking completely. Now let's see. How much have you understood your body? How is your body talking to you when you're stressed? We always say our moms understood when we are stressed. Because every day I used to take the 3 chapati. Today I took 2 chapati only. So is everything okay to you? It's a very simple thing because I didn't take that one extra piece of my laddu or the sweet which I normally take. I did not take. Fantastic. Fatigue, lack of focus. Excellent. Great. Keep going on. Fidgeting. Fantastic. And there's something I really love, like a helicopter going, the pen going. That is what I observe in the examination. I think Baburat sir gave almost everything. He has understood his body talking to him. Headache, anger, more excited, less food intake, less interest in food, feel fatigue, swallow, shallow breathing. Beautiful. Right? So I am knowing how my body is talking to me. Fantastic. Procrastinating, heartbeat. Fantastic. Beautiful. Great. So now this is something I understand myself. Like these are all small whispers if we can understand early. Like they are my stress markers. I don't need a blood test or anything to say my cortisol has gone up. Nothing like that. That's enough for me to know things are not okay. Just fine tune yourself. Tune in properly so that you're not going to get stressed. I start to get connected way better, right? Now, if I'm not going to understand that, it goes to the next level. Instead of a stress, I might probably go into a burnout. That's a scream. So let's start to understand how is my body talking to me now? I think that's a beautiful thing. Now, if I'm able to understand the way my body reacts, if I'm able to see that on my client, I can easily see our breath, that being fidgety. Suddenly my speech is getting slurred. Each one of that is really good. Yes. Uh, so Dharmaraj sir, I think everybody can unmute. Can
Sorry,
they?
Dr. Mathangi, I didn't have a question. I was trying
Okay,
to
because
put
I
a
saw a
little
hand raise.
trying to toggle
Yeah.
back to my laptop.
Okay.
His body started talking. That's the only thing.
So hand fidgeting. Well, no worries. So thank you. So now I'm just going into a little bit of the physiology. How does this actually happen? Somebody beautifully gave the heart rate going up. Because the minute I get stressed, I can see the sweat on the head, sweat on the palms, my heart rate going up, my respiratory rate going up. I can probably hear my heartbeat as well. Sticky tongue, because not much of a saliva. See, the way my eyes are literally moving this side to that side, we call it as an nystagmus. Everything going up, which even before I see, people around me get to see it. It's a very clear thing, like I'm getting stressed out, right? So now, the minute I'm getting understanding that emotions that is happening in me, that somebody said, I get confused a lot. Okay, so when all these things happen, that's the cognitive awareness. The minute I have my cognitive awareness, I'm only talking about us as a coach now. I'm not going as identifying it in our client, right? Us as a coach now. I can definitely know how my thoughts influence my physical sensation. We call it as a cognitive triangle, my thought, my emotions, and my action. They're all beautifully connected. So the minute I know my thoughts are going erratic, can I pause for a minute? Because at this time, if I'm going to do anything, it's going to be a blunder for which I'm going to think again, right? Instead of that, can I take a pause? A pause is not ours. It is just 20 to 30 second. Maximum is 60-second awareness is what we need now. That is enough for us to have that quick clarity from me telling an no or a telling an yes. I think that's a very simple problem we all get into, right? So this really helps us to have a holistic emotional state. Now, the next thing is the somatic sensitivity. That's why I said, how do you feel it in your body? Okay. Suddenly we see our palms becoming warmer, my breath becoming warmer. I start to feel a little lightheaded. Okay. Suddenly, for nothing at all, I start to overthink too much. A small trigger, it triggered multiple things. Probably I even went into a few generations of my birth. That clearly says that something is not okay. It is really telling a deep emotional truth of ourselves. That is, I'm listening deep with it. Let's listen. But the best part is, easiest one is our breath pattern. We ourselves know, not just climbing a flight of a stairs, the minute we become emotionally affected, calm down, take a deep breath. We keep telling it to ourselves. It's almost like a biofeedback. A beautiful one. My breath pattern and my emotions are perfectly aligned. So that if I want to control my emotions, the easiest way to hack it is control your breath, your emotion gets controlled. It's a very simple one. I can keep telling you need a cognitive restructuring, you need this, you have to look at it as a positive thing. Don't look at it as a half a glass empty or a half a glass full, all those things. Nothing works. Control the breath, emotion get control. Reason? There are I'm just going a little very one-liner of how our body works. Because on our brain stem, where we have the center for our breathing and center for our heart rate, are just like next to each other. The minute my heart rate goes up, my respiration gets affected. My respiration affects heart rate gets affected. And that's the same place from my hypothalamus or the seat of my emotion impulses comes there. That's why the minute I'm happy or I'm upset, my heart rate and my respiratory are the one which fluctuates immediately. Right? This is what we call as a beautiful autonomic balance, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic helps us to fight, which is also important, but parasympathetic helps us to relax. What International Day of Yoga taught us is, this is by research, every type of yoga, that 8 Ashtanga yoga, each one has a different way to shift this balance. Instead of being more sympathetic, make it more parasympathetic. So the calmness immediately sets in. The minute calmness sets in, it's not a puddle now, it's a clear thing. You can see yourself, like how we can see it on a riverbed, right? So that calmness settles down, clarity of thinking is there. Instead of looking at my own perspective, I'm ready to look at it the other's perspective as well. So we all know, as a coach, we say that we are the best one to identify a problem and also the solution for that clarity, right? How do I get it? How do I control it? A quick one. I think I've said this about how our nervous system getting steady and calmness coming in, maintaining our composure, and I start to see deep within. I am a reservoir of solutions. I am not a mountain of problem, but I am a reservoir of solution. I've been thinking that there are problems from 1 to 100, but no, I'm having a problem from A to Z. So I'm having a solution from A to Z within me. That's what this brings in, right? I'm sure now, having said this, a quick, how can I get to know this? I think that's the first thing that all of us said. It's easier said than done to say that control your breathing, blah, 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 everything I can say, but how do I do it? Now I want each one of you here with me. I'm sure I don't need to tell about this person, fantastic person who always says, your feelings comes and goes just like the clouds in the windy sky. But conscious breathing is my anchor. So let's use that breathing to come back to whatever we are doing. Yep. Ready for activity one with me? The first activity. I'm having my hand, right? Now what I'm going to do is just move your index finger, whichever is your dominant hand, take the index finger of that. Okay. The other hand, I'm right-handed, so right hand, I'm using my index finger, left palm. Just trace your palm. Okay. Now when I'm tracing my palm, let's close our eyes. And as I go up the finger, I breathe in. I come down the finger, I breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Do it as slowly as possible. And close your eyes. Do it very slowly. Let's see who comes to the little finger last. Move up slowly and move down slowly. Even if you're going to keep a feather under your nostrils, it should not flutter. Slowly breathe in and very slowly breathe out. Beautiful. Very nice. Now tell me, what's your feeling now after you finished?
Relaxed.
Relaxed. Fantastic. A sense of comfort.
Calmness.
Beautiful. Focused. Excellent. So why this happened? We breathe in and out roughly 12 to 15 times in 1 minute. Let's take for math's sake, we breathe in and out 12 times. That means every breathe in and out is done in 5 seconds, right? But now you did it so slowly, 5 times, and you took 1 minute, right? So that means what you did is something you do it 12 times, you did it only for 5 times. That's it. The small is sufficient to change from sympathetic to parasympathetic. That's why you got all these things that you said now, right? Just as you went in, breath in was slow, out was slow as well. And again, you did it. And the most important thing is, the minute I told it, where and all did your mind go?
No, I just focused on doing that action.
Excellent. A mind which was difficult to get focused at one point, with just you and your finger, it came into one point, right? It didn't go everywhere because our mind is just like a monkey. It keeps going everywhere. But now just this breathing and breath awareness brought it to only you and your breathing. Very simple one that we can do it before I enter a session of becoming to a focus. The minute I come to a focus, calmness sets in. And whatever you said, everything pops in together. Right? Ready to go for the next one?
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
Great. Okay. Please sit comfortably. Probably I don't want you to lean back on the chair, but let there be a support of the chair. If possible, your feet on the ground, grounded completely. Please close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath. The entire Chennai Charter chapter is now in Marina with the sunset, sitting along the shore, the gentle breeze from the sea, and the amazing waves. My breathing is resonating with the sea. It's becoming calmer and calmer. My head is becoming lighter with just the sound and the gentle breeze, forgetting the entire tension that was in this entire book. This beautiful thing, starting to see a gentle smile on my face with this calmness. My neck is getting gently relaxed, and so are my shoulders, my forearm, my upper arm, and my wrist. Starting to feel my breathing is slower. My chest are expanding to the full. I'm just feeling the breath is going till the abdomen and my abdomens are ballooning out. I'm able to feel my spine. When the curve in the spine, I'm able to feel it, visualize it with my eyes closed as well. My hips, my thighs, the knees, the legs, and the feet are feeling heavier and heavier and heavier, but beautifully relaxed, head to toe, and completely relaxed. Listen to the beautiful waves, the chill breeze, and the amazing calmness. Feel the lightness that is setting in you. Just like how a photocopier goes, visualize yourself from toe to head once again yourself. Stop wherever it is paining a little and gently tell to that part, I'll come back to you. That stillness and that calmness and the Chennai beach, I hope, has relaxed you. Gently rub your palms, generate as much heat as possible. Make a beautiful cup over your eyes. Smear the warmth over your face. And with the soft eyes and a sweet smile, open. How did you feel? So I hope I've just tried for a quick relaxation to us. Barbara said, did I put you to sleep?
No, close to sleepness.
Close to sleep. So, how did your mental or the emotional state shift? I've just put 4 questions there. I just want you to reflect on the 4. If you feel like sharing, please do share.
I'll just start. Others can also add on to it. I felt that in a sense of a sensations around some energy passing through various parts of it. And when I started visualizing, I felt that I am there in the beach. Possibly, I felt that very comfortably. I felt that maybe possibly I do these kinds of exercises. I do not know, but it was quickly I could move into that stage. And how did your emotional or mental state shift? Initially, it was like a quite heaviness in this one. So from that emotional of heaviness, because some time back there was a lot of discussion, deliberations happening around it, and now if you look at it, it has shifted to a little more quiet calmness kind of a thing. So from that zone, where did you feel the tightness or pain at the fag end of it? I felt a little pain here, kind of thing. And it do happen sometimes, tightness and pain happened. Surprises to me, no, because I experienced these kinds of things. So, but it was a good exercise to do it, because sometimes in the name of busyness, we do not practice it, even though you know that. So in a direction based structure, it gives a sense of moving in that direction. That is what in nutshell I wanted to share. Others may add.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thanks for sharing, sir. Anybody else would like to add on? Did any of you get any surprises? What I mean by surprises is, for me, whenever I do this exercise, I actually get some answer. Probably I was searching for something for quite some time. Suddenly something, oh my God, I left this place to search. After this, I should go and check there. Somewhere down, I just feel like some answer, some clarity, something comes up. Did any of you get anything like that? Because it was a quick, very short one. If we normally do it for a longer time, it's a very, very short one that we did for a complete body scan. I like the way Barbara sir said is a pain in the elbow joint. These are some things like it's a way my body speaks to me. The small pains that are there, which is probably like the way I'm resting my elbow when I'm using my laptop or my mouse. Am I keeping my elbow in the air or am I resting it somewhere? Small, before I get into a tennis elbow or a carpal tunnel or anything, because they're all at the
Okay.
end of it. I'm not
When
go
you
anywhere to that. Okay, I'm just
when
telling
you
that
are
very small.
sharing what surprises, when you are sharing that example, it connects with me as a surprise. But because the elbow pain and this one, so as a surprise, when you are explaining it, it connects. Definitely, yes, quite true. Sudhaga, want to
It's
say
better.
something.
Yes.
Sudhaga, mute. You are on mute.
I'm sorry, sir. Ma'am, coming back to this breathing pattern, are we humans evolved recently after a while? Because, as you said, we are able to activate the parasympathetic nervous system and we are able to heal them. We are able to heal ourselves. But why did this breathing go to an extent of a 12 per second, or what do you call it? When we are able to control our breathing for a minute, why is it we're not able to do that practically in every
A
phase of our
beautiful,
life?
a beautiful question.
Beautiful question.
We actually tell it to our medical students automatically, like it's amazing that God, I'm taking it as God, or the human physiology is so beautiful that the control button was not given to us. It was an automatic process. If only it was there, the minute you had forgotten to breathe, like we forget so many things, I think we will wake up in our burial ground, right? We actually have that as one of the disorder, which we call as the Ondine's curse, where this involuntary breathing becomes a voluntary breathing for these people.
Ma'am, can you spell that, ma'am?
Ondine, Ondine.
On time cross.
It's a beautiful fairy tale.
Okay.
It's a mermaid. You know, mermaid don't marry a human. This
Yeah.
mermaid loves a human and wants to marry a human, but the mermaid's dad does not allow. He's the king of the ocean, doesn't allow. But finally, because she was so hell-bent on marrying, he said yes. But he says to his to-be son-in-law that in case at any point of time there is an infidelity in this relationship, you have to remember to breathe.
Okay.
That's the curse. That's all was given. And automatically, a mermaid remains young. I'm sure you know about this fairy tale. They remain young as long as they don't fall in love with a human. So this
Okay.
mermaid started to age. Automatically, the man had an infidelity. He had to be awake to remember to breathe. It's just on an off the shoot. But that's an amazing thing. So now this is what yoga or all the other, this is there in every religion also. I'm not putting a religious tag to yoga, but still in everything they say, just control your breathing. Breathe slowly, breathe softly, don't breathe so heavily. So that means something which is automatic, you're controlling it. So that means something which can be controlled also gets controlled. That is our thought.
Adding to this question, and thanks for your answer too, ma'am. It was much informative. Why don't we not follow, or why do we not follow this in the schools actually for the young children? Make this as a habit in any because you sell this as one particular day on June 21st, International Yoga Day, or separate classes that you make it happen. Why is the teachers now are not being told or asked to practice such sessions in their the regular periods that are available to them?
A beautiful question, but my thing would be why are we putting everything in the hands of the teacher? Why aren't we as parents taking it in our hand?
Yeah, as a parent, I'm following it for my children. I'm proud. Yeah, but
We
when it
don't need
goes
to,
to
we don't, I'm sorry to interrupt. We don't need to make them follow. Let's do it. They will do it. It's that
Yeah.
mirroring is amazing at home. Instruction is what is followed at school. I'm sorry. I am a teacher. I always say to my students, when you're standing outside, before you enter into the Viva, can you just do this finger breathing? I see a student who is sitting in the Viva, who is little jittery. I'll come to the coach aspect little subsequently. I tell them, can you just take some water? Can you calm down? And after that, I start to ask the questions. Whatever, because we all remember the answer once we step out of the Viva hall. Why step out of the Viva hall? Be here, have that calmness. Now, I am not here to find out what you don't know. I am here to find out what you know.
Quite right,
Give
absolutely.
him that calmness, give him that time. He will definitely be able to do it. I think that's all, right? So that
Thank you.
grounding technique helps us to be a human being. So I'm going there now. Okay. Done. Second thing. Now, this is what we did was a complete a body scan from top down. We can do it bottom up as well. Very, very slowly. I took a natural sound here, which was the sea waves. Sound of specific frequencies helps us to de-stress. Can I have a small rain sound, a breeze, a waterfall, a water flow? All of these things comes at a frequency of 528 hertz. This 528 solfeggio frequency helps us to calm down, which immediately shifts the sympathetic and parasympathetic as well. I'm not telling anything from our WhatsApp story or anything. These are all articles. If we can search, we call it as, we have different frequencies. If I want to sleep, we put a frequency of 427 hertz. Just have that 427 hertz. It's almost like a white noise. You start to sleep faster, right? 527 is all our natural sounds, which makes us connect with the nature, de-stresses us. That's why when I asked you to sit down with your feet on the floor, the first earthing or grounding is that. We can see that whenever we are stressed, the way we are, just remove your footwear, place your ground firmly on the floor, you feel immediately some connect, something happens, right? That's a grounding technique, simple grounding. Babaraj sir came up with something to say.
No, I'm just saying that earthing it.
Earthing it. Yes,
Earthing
grounding,
ourselves.
earthing ourselves.
As
Right?
you said, surprises. I found the word of God with the frequency 528 megahertz.
Fantastic. Okay, good. Okay, so we've done two of the activities. I'm just moving forward. There is somebody else who has raised the hand.
Yes,
Me too.
I just want to say that like I'm into music and some playing instruments. So I came to know from my teacher about this solfeggio frequency, and they said like,
Beautiful.
the all the radio channels they were supposed to play the 432 hertz. That is for the music, which has a good effect on our body, but they don't play that. But if you're listening, download an app, and whatever you are listening, you listen through that app of 432 hertz frequency.
Perfect. That's the soothing sound which makes us to sleep as well. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Midhu. Okay, so we did this one now. Now what it is as much as I listen to my body, I think I'm able to think with clarity. So the awareness is the first step to self-regulation. So the minute I bring that, it is here. So probably a very simple formula that we need is notice. Notice your body. If you were not connected, hook yourself to your breath so that my mind is not going to keep going anywhere. The minute I have connected to my breath, I shift my emotion from a person who is in anxiety to tell the solution to a person who is calmer to listen, to explore the solutions by my client. Bring that calmness to set it. I think I'm going to that frequency so that I start to listen to the coach, client. So that's the awareness that I wanted to bring in the first forefront. So if we bring that, we go forward. Okay. I just thought like if we can have a breakout room, we are 20. So can we make it like fours instead of four in a team? How I want is the one person who is speaking and the another person who acts as the coach, the other two just observe the two. Okay, I'm sure you're going to be a little conscious, but it is an exercise that I want you to do. And for the time, you're just going to give a 2-minute observation straight away, however you want to start it with just one issue. This whole week, one thing that you wish to share. Observe everything, and after that, I will take the thing, right? 2 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on another side, 1 minute wind up. We'll come back here. Who's going to help me with the breakout rooms?
I'll do that, and I'll
Yeah.
give 6 minutes, just for 1 minute for people to set up, and 2 minutes each, and 1 minute.
Perfect, perfect.
So I'm opening 4 breakouts.
Yes.
Any challenge one person wanted to say? One challenge means something which the person faces.
It could be a positive, it could be a negative, it could be something for which they just wanted to share.
But it is a challenge
Yes.
or a struggle
Yes.
or something like that.
Yes, I found an answer. That's still a challenge, but it was a positive challenge.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going.
Back.
Yeah,
I'm the co-host, so I'll stay back. I'll not
yeah,
enter.
you stay back, and if you want, we can move into a room. Okay, for now, we'll stay back. Okay. So I'm going to start the breakout, 6 minutes, 4 to 5 people per room. Okay. Ritu, would you like to go to be part of any room? I can move you.
Like if somebody is not having a partner or something is like that.
Yeah,
then-
no. I'll move you to room 2, which is only 3 people. So,
Yes.
Okay, sir, so far is it fine?
absolutely, absolutely. So
Okay.
so engaging, and I think people are loving it actually.
Okay, thank you. So I have another 20 minutes to go after this, right? When they
More than
join,
20, almost 30 minutes.
fantastic.
Or when
Yeah,
they come back, or yeah, come back 25 minutes, we could say. Yeah, almost.
fine, perfect. That's all. Because next I'm going to do how it impacts the client with what
Yeah.
I'm going to get
How
from
we
them.
could exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And do you use these techniques in your coaching session?
I really do not. I have not started. I have not tried it, but something interesting. But I do practice yoga a little bit, like to what I understand.
Oh, personally. Thank you.
Personally,
Because I don't know, I've just found it to be so helpful when you tell,
this is
especially to the children, when they come to you. So is it something that we should remind them that they have to swap? They will swap by themselves.
I hope they will swap.
Okay. Will we get them back?
Yeah, I'll close all the rooms, so they'll start to come back in a minute.
Yeah. Hey, great. For me, my observation here was looking at the mics in each of the group, the mics which were going up and down. I think that was a beautiful thing for me to look at here. But I would like one of the group to just come up and just tell me about a few questions, right? Because you were observing. What did you notice in their body? Coachee.
Let me, ma'am, from the group that I had, Geeta, ma'am, and Mrs. Bakari, I believe. So I was not able to understand the breathing pattern because it was all through the screen. But I was able to feel the movement of their eyes, and the challenges were just designed for this activity. So it was actually not something that they really felt is what I felt. And the eye movements, one had a different eye movement, and maybe the tone was pretty much maybe because of the familiarity of these two faces was not before. I was seeing some kind of restrictions in the way that they adapted to that activity.
Beautiful. I think ICF gave a beautiful guideline after the COVID came for all the online coaching, how we do it, where having the camera on was mandatory as well. Right? These are certain things were amazing thing because you miss so many non-verbal cues that you get from the client perspective. I think that the eye tracking, eye movement was an amazing thing that you said. We have so many things on the eye movement that can tell you as well. And we're not going to be a reader of an eye movement, but still it tells us about the clarity or the focus which the person is having. Beautiful. Breath you cannot. How about using both the hands or any of the gestures, keeping here or anything?
The question is for me, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm just asking you.
No, they never had any hand gestures. They never had any hand gestures.
So the camera was
No,
only
the
to
truth plane, the
face.
truth plane was not reflecting.
Perfect. Good. Right. So now this becomes a very big challenge and limitation for us when we are doing it on an online one. So when we are doing it on an online one, I normally say like the lights, the room, the background, the way the camera is positioned, they are sitting, having a paper and a pen. All these things gives us so much of info to us, like how much they are serious about the session, how much they are going to talk to us, everything we start to get. Okay, so that becomes a, I still remember one of the school kid, class 12, whom I was doing. It was a brilliant one. The way he was sitting in the initial stage and the way he was sitting with me for the third or the fourth one, the confidence with which he kept his screen to see his whiteboard where he had the planner. I asked him, is this the location that you sit always? No, I thought you would see the way I have written it. So that I could see that the win that gave him that confidence to show his planner, to show the positive affirmation frame that he had written, the tick that he had given, the into that he had put, all those things. I said, what does it tell you? You know, this board talks to me so much and gives me the confidence, right? And that became like the way the students or my clients sat on the coaching session with the board and in his back. Said so many. I think that I'm just telling you like how observant we'll have to be even in our online session. Multiple things that need to be. Anybody else would like to tell anything? Share. Any quick share?
Yes, I can go. I was in this
Please.
room, and though I entered a little late, but I also noticed the change in the voice. When the excitement was more, there was more the voice was different. And when there was say something that the person was not able to accomplish, then the voice was different. So there was a difference in voice uh, while narrating.
Beautiful observation. The minute we had Ranjit putting that swap, or you got that only 50 seconds to close, how did the voice change?
People started talking faster so that they could cover up.
Perfect. Beautiful. Jyoti?
You're on mute, Jyoti. You're on mute.
Uh, I purposely kept myself on mute, otherwise I would just go on. Just continuing with what Meetu had just mentioned, that, I was talking of some kind of a challenge that I'm having, and I was actually sounding very comfortable. And as the other people with me were saying, that, you don't look as if you are being facing such problems. And on the contrary, the person who was facing, I mean, she had just overcome some challenge and she was feeling very victorious and nice about it. She was the one who was sounding more tensed. So why was it like that?
A beautiful comparison as well. That's very
Yeah.
nice.
So whereas I was talking about the stresses and I was looking comfortable while I was talking about it, and Geeta, I think, who had just accomplished great things, and she was sounding more like, not so relaxed, but she was speaking of relaxed stuff.
Okay, great. So we can see that the minute we go into a coaching session. Yes, please go ahead.
Ma'am, I was actually researching or experiencing certain things where the words that we pronounce and the actions that we follow have some kind of correlation. Is that right?
Definitely. My words of choice
Yeah. For
tells
example,
a lot.
for someone, if someone emphasizes confidence by words, but in actions they might lack. That is a chance, right?
There's definitely a chance because it is, see, what I speak comes with a lot of rehearsing as well. But you throw at them a surprise question, their original self immediately comes in because there is a prepared speech and an impromptu speech. For example, I'm just giving you an example. I used to take my dad to a neurologist. He has severe Parkinson's. He'll always say when he comes back, you know what, I wanted to talk to doctor all these things. So before I take him, before his chance comes in, right from the car, I'll tell him like, we are going to meet the doctor today. Plan what all questions that you want to ask. tell it to yourself a couple of times. And when we are sitting there outside, Appa, did you retell the questions to you? And the neurologists are also so patient enough that they say that they wait for the patient to also tell, not only the caregiver. And this neurologist waited. Have I answered all your questions? 1 minute, I have one question, I'll wait. She'll wait. In the meantime, she'll tell everything. Okay, fine, I got this question. So it's like a prepared speech is not impacted, right? But the minute impromptu a question is thrown, thought doesn't work. That's a disease state. But all of us, even a normal state, we. I'm just putting this. I think we all say in our coaching, this is what we do in our coaching session, right? There is a change. We need to bring them. Let's take in a health model, we always say the trans theoretical model. Okay, the pre-contemplation, contemplation, we take them to the different level. But to take them to the action step is the most difficult stage. I would say that. But the minute they have gone to the action stage and started to see the result, to sustain that stage is much more difficult. So now each of these times, there is so much of resistance that we see because I don't want to move out of my comfort zone. And you are trying to tell me only if you come out of it, this is a solution to the problem, right? Observe these resistance in the client. What is it that is blocking them? I'm just going to go to a couple of my clients. Let me see if you can relate with that. Okay. Now this is one of the client. Okay. I've just used more of a cartoon so that like I'm not going to name them or do anything with them. This is a very, very senior person. Okay. Had a severe episode of burnout. He did know that there needs a work-life balance, there needs to be a pause, there needs to be a slowdown, but he just felt like kept pushing on, pushing on, pushing on. Having understood all these things, how do you handle? Now, for this example, I'm going to give you the example. For the next one, you're going to tell me what it is. So what I started to say was, when you are in the stressful situation, where do you feel the hurt more in you? Because all along I was just telling, you know what, I'm so stressed. I'm stressed. I can't do this. I'm not balanced. I'm not getting what I wanted. I think I'm going to give up. I think I'm going to break everything. But you know, there is something happening in you. Where are you seeing it? The minute he said, because I just feel like suffocating. My chest is suffocating. I started to see it. There was so much of grief in him. The minute his grief was let out, he started to find the solution for himself. It was just when you're on the top, you're alone, right? You don't have anybody to share with. And you're in your 50 plus or a 45 plus or anything. You don't even want to share that your weak side with your spouse. So with whom are you going to share? You're keeping things with yourself, automatically there is going to be a somatic impact of every stressor that you're having. So for your own problem, for big problems of the organization, you were a person who were giving the solution. For your own problem, you fail to find the solution, though it is right in front of. This helped in this client, right? To my next client, you can think it as a client or you can think for yourself. The therapist who couldn't say a no started to feel that extra hours being really, really exhausted. How will you make the client identify there is a problem, or how will you identify there is this problem? Any takers?
Lack of focus.
Lack of focus. Great.
Can we explore the possibility of fatigue and the pain in the body? Somatic
Fantastic.
aspect of it.
Very. I like what you said. The only thing I asked is, okay, Sudhakar, hand raise. Yes, go ahead.
See, our extended hours of work might result in her not doing her job properly. Might be she might exhibit the signs of irritation and frustration to the people around. She might not have that listening ability to the maximum use. She might use the choice of words, or she might have that kind of control being lost. It might result in the ways that she has a seating position when she sits on the chair, and the position of the legs. If we observe that carefully, we might be able to say that she's been to what I call a workaholic syndrome, and she needs a change in her
A
life, and she
break.
has to practice saying no.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Now, the only question I asked is, next time when you say an S, tell me, where do you find that pain? Where do you feel in your body the max pain?
The inflammation will be on the spine and also the vagus part over here. And might be the migraine headache she might get, or one-sided headache,
I like
and a
your
kind of
answer.
muscle spasms that she might get on the face muscle side.
You're very close to what my client said. My client said, I feel choked. I want to say a no, but I said an S. I said, like, now this is your marker, right? Look at the somatic cue that you're telling when you're telling an S next time. That means you're understanding your body is not ready to take this one. So what do you do immediately? She said, I feel a little choked at my throat. Why did I tell an S? But I've told an S. That's it. Okay. So I said to her, the only thing I said is like, create your healthier boundaries. The minute she did it, she started to begin to feel a little more empowered. You can see, like, as a person, as a coach, how I'm making the client identify their body, and that becomes their cue because that happens before the problem has happened. And now that cue is a warning for you to say, take a time. Can I let you know tomorrow if we can do it? That's enough for you to have the clarity instead of telling an yes immediately. Right? That's it. A simple thing. It was a big solution for her. She just felt like, you know what, I'm so happy in doing what I'm doing because I'm able to understand what my body is talking to. Now, this is what we as a coach need to make our clients understand. This is a completely different field, which we call as the somatic coaching, where we look into the movement, presence, each one of it that we are seeing in them, right? The sensations that they feel, all of them. The minute that somatic block is going to be there, I am not myself. I think that's where we need to set it. Okay, so, as a coach, can I just finish it, Geeta?
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So, as a coach, can I ask them? Because I'm just making them go inwards and not search for an answer outwards. When this happened to you, it could be like what I said or anything. Where do you feel the tension? Where is that resistance? What is your body telling? You connect it to them to say that what it is. Now, my thought, my speech, my sleep, my eating pattern, the way I communicate, normally how I react to this, how everything will come to them. So let us, I'm starting to see myself rather than see how others are reacting. Yes, Kita, over to you.
So, from what you're saying, I feel, I don't know if it's right to say. So, you mean to say the online coaching method is slightly disadvantaged because you miss out on certain, because face is obviously visible, but the rest of the, like, breathing and like some of the hand movements or the way they sit, probably you won't be able to notice. So, are we in a slightly disadvantaged position? I mean, as a coach?
Beautiful one, because as a coach, we become a coach globally without any boundaries. But now, whatever I have given here, can you watch all these things as a coach in an online session? So it is the
Yeah,
right
not probably.
question.
Yeah.
Right question. One is observing, two is right questioning, that we are powerful questions that makes them look into how they are at a time. So that is, we are
Mm,
making them look into themselves. Okay. If I can
yeah.
observe, fantastic. If I can't, that's how we do it in an online coach. Right. Or it
Yeah.
could be, let's take with the children that we are going to do. I automatically say, what are the things? Tell me three key things that you observe in your child before the exam or before the release of the results. You will
Mm,
not get beyond one because that's all is the observation that is happening because the kid is so close that they've not observed much. Now you start to make this, the connect comes, the solution automatically comes. We're not bridging the families, but we are able to see that I have so many support systems with me. L- Before a problem comes, you're able to see the solutions as well.
mm, yeah.
I hope I've answered that.
Yeah.
A bit,
There's a lot to think on that.
a lot, a lot.
Yeah,
Somatic
yeah.
coaching, we always say somatic coaching, we prefer to be in one-on-one. But certain things that, like, I took only a few questions here, which makes me feel we can do it in an online, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
So I've just put here a simple one. It's like a balloon. Each time when it is going out, breathe in, coming in, slowly breathe out. So breathe in through your nose and breathe out like a very small whistle in your spouted mouth, lips, like that. Keep doing it. So a few seconds. Now let's take, this is going to be there on the screen outside my coaching room. There are fishes. There are certain things that are there. Okay, there are some quotes. Automatically, I've not asked any of you to practice. Just give me a hand raise. How many of you are breathing in and out according to this balloon now? Right. Reflexly, each one of us do it. I think that's what actually needs to come in. Like automatically, this slows our breath, right? Certain things can we start to do that. Okay. Simple thing to grounding. There's another one. For want of time, I'm just going here. Now, this is the thing that I gave to this student. Starting to talk perfectly, very slowly, watchfully, another thing. Certain questions when it came, like the observation that you started to talk fast. There was gasp that was happening. Now, when she said it, I said, how is it happening in your examination or in your vivas or in your interviews? This is my problem, right? Now, this was an observation in my session, became a problem that she was having, which she could not handle. So that's why, because her problem was she's not able to move on the ladder, get a proper thing, having studied so much, blah, blah, blah. So her self esteem came down, came for a self esteem. But you can see finding it out problem because observing, speaking, gasping. Tell me where and all you find this happening. This is what happens when I start to think faster than what I can speak. And I'm little, I see the facial reaction, I start to lose myself, start to gasp, start to blah, 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 all those things. I say, simple thing. Just notice your breath, pause, deep breathing, start to do this. Now, this is not a solution, but the minute she was doing it, this balloon was there in the outside my office when she was breathing it. I said, how did you feel when you were doing that? I felt calmer. Why did you feel calmer? I don't know why. I was breathing slowly. I was calmer. Now, do you have a solution for your problem? She said, I was seeing that. I was just thinking, why am I not able to practice it? So automatically, so slowly, certain things automatically, she became better composure, confidence, and definitely she just shares all her positive things, which is a nice feel good for us because there was nothing required. She was actually being taken to a psychiatrist for a panic attack. You can see that everything is not a big disease. It is, I'm not going to belittle anything, okay, but for certain things, a small observation is enough. A minute observation is enough. Yes, me too.
Yes, I just wanted to share, like I'd come across a poster like this, that you do not calm the child or anybody in panic by saying, calm down, calm down. Tell the child or whoever the person is to breathe.
Beautiful, perfect. That's it, right? It's like a person slips, be careful. He has already slipped. What's the use of telling be careful? Nothing happened. I'm not able to calm. How will I do it? That's it. Breathe, calmness comes in. So what we need there, all these grounding techniques is just not for the client. It is for us to be present. Then how many times I know my students, they are there in the class sitting like this, and they've already gone out of my class. This is how we are also sometimes in our coaching session. I have to be an embodied coach at that moment because he is giving his part of his life to me, and I have to give my part of life to him in full, coach him whole. How do I do it? Let's have this grounding techniques. A few things that we have learned now. Some grounding techniques, some breath work, some stretching that we can do. Or I really love this stop what you're doing, take a deep breath, observe, and then proceed what you're doing. I think this is a very simple thing if we can have with us. I'm sure I'm going to observe because most of the time we want to talk before the client has finished. At that time, let me stop talking, let me breathe, but let me observe the complete thing of the client, his words, his pause, his nonverbal cues, everything. By the way, when we're telling about your dad, I saw a beautiful smile. You're very connected with your dad. Do you know that you've connected with the client without even him telling that about his dad? Because you observed when he was speaking about his dad, that was a beautiful smile. Because you are very mindful in the session, right? For us to build the rapport is a very important thing. What do I connect to? Like, let's take that in a small. So the deep listening that we are doing with our client, that is listening in full. I start to perceive all the underlying emotions and the body language. The minute I've done that, my client's inner wisdom, he starts to see that clarity. Like it's just like that one box you move, that magic key opens and the door opens up. That's exactly what we are trying to do there. And what else? You need to be an empowered coach. You have made him do a change. And what is that change? It is not today's change. It is going to be a lasting change in his life. What? I don't know what that coach has. The coach has that magic wand. She's able to understand what is going on behind my mind, even without me telling. And when I go in and come out, it's like how you go to a shrine and you come out little. When you go to the shrine, you feel so confused. Rather than when you come out of the shrine, you find that calmness. I go to that coach, I come out with an answer. That should be our coaching session, right? We bring in all this transformation. First, I need to have that inner transformation before. We always say, right? A coach can go as deep the coach can, right? If only I can go within myself that deep, can I take somebody from the depth outside? Otherwise, I need an oxygen cylinder to take myself out. How can I take my client out? So let's not jump into saving anybody. Can I go to the depth? So that is my self-awareness. So the minute I do it, I think we become that embodied coach. I maintain my presence like anything. And I listen actively. At the end of it, what do we want? My clients go. This might look like it is a mind-body technique. No, these are my grounding techniques to me, aligning myself with all the ICF core competencies. I think that's what I need. But how do I tune myself into it? These are the tuning techniques that can make me really, really into all the ICF core competencies. Definitely my client, a lot of deep insight. Whatever behavioral change that they thought it is impossible for them becomes a part of their life, a sense of well-being. And they understood what is in their hand, what they need to control, what they need to take it forward. And they are the person who are going to get benefited by it. Impact is great. What do I get? Definitely, I'm going to get more clients, but the confidence that I have been a part in their betterment, right? I do not get a burnout because it becomes your passion when you're doing it. I think that's what we need to bring it here. And there is a sense of when I'm going to say something with that sense of conviction that yes, it works, that authenticity comes in because we have multiple success stories that goes into our life as a coach. So I start to grow deep with it. I keep diving down and down with every client. I'm sure all of us, we say that we grow. No, we don't grow out. We grow deeper within to actually see like, you know what? I never knew I could handle a kid. I never knew I could handle a single mother. Every client, when I do it, I'm starting to know my own inner strength. It's a truly a transformative environment when I start to go with it. This is something that I feel like we can all have with us. Now, this is not when I'm going to put my hat as a coach. This is something that I need to practice as I walk, as I climb, as I speak, as I cook, as I talk, at all places. Yoga, as we say, not on 21st of June alone. Yoga is a way of living. We all think that asanas are yoga. It has 8 limbs. The way you talk, the way you walk, the way you do things, the time you do things. The Ashtanga yoga has everything. We all remember only asana, pranayama. Little more if we go, we say meditation. That's it, right? If only we had made it into our practice in itself as a daily routine, I think we would be hale and healthy. We do see the people who get the Padma Shri and other thing, 101 and walking to get a Padma Shri, not on a wheelchair. Surprising. Can yoga do that? That's because they practiced it. Now, as a coach, can I be mindful at all time? Can I understand what is going on? Can I be observant? Not just in my coaching session, other thing, but automatically comes to my coaching session. Now I start to learn so much in what I need to look, what I need to ignore, how I need to look. It's really a long journey for each one of us going within. Don't be in a hurry to go out. go within as deep as you go, because it's a beautiful self-discovery and self-learning and self-exploration. So embrace yourself as a whole. Automatically, we become more patient, better focused, our productivity increases, a lot of compassion, because I'm able to understand things even before you have said anything. I think that's something nice, right? A lot of body awareness we get. We also know, we have all done this, right? As a children, when they are toddlers, when they keep walking, we just start to, we know that they're going to come to the corner of the table, and we hold the corner of the table so that they don't get hit at that time, because we know that the ball went there, they're going to come there, get hit, get hurt. So before even the kid comes there, we keep it there. That heightened sense of body awareness has to be there. What next would happen? Automatically there's a less stress and anxiety. What That's it. We get make the client to see the side where there are ample solution for his own problem, and he picks from that what he wants to do. Thank you for your valuable time. Myself.
Thank you, Dr. Mathangi. It was such a engaging and so much insights for everyone to take forward into their life as well as into the coaching practices. And I would invite Raj. Actually, Raj, if you could do the honor of closing the session.
Hey, I don't know, but Dr. Mathangi, thank you. I mean, I came late to the session, apologies, but I was completely hanging on to every word. Such a wonderful set of insights. I love the way that takeaways, as much as for the coach and the importance of presence, so much of what you did was, I could relate to things that we do, try and do intentionally, but we don't. And I love the focus on breathing, something that I've recently been rediscovering. So thank you for that. Really appreciate it. And for the practical tips.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Means a lot to get it from you, sir.
Barbara, sir, your closing words. You're on mute.
We know everything. And then we know that we do not know anything. Because we learn somatic, we know breathing techniques. And then, like what Raj said, simple things, simple elements. If we really, if we part of it, sometimes I start doing it, some of these things, and then halfway through, then we leave it. And these kinds of inputs push us back to us to create some little more, sense in our otherwise chaotic life.
Can we take a picture? There are 6.
Yes. Yeah.
All
So,
of us.
and Ranjit has also shared the feedback form. So please fill in that for the CCUs. Can everyone come on the camera, please? Yes. Requesting
As
again.
many people as they can come on video, it would be great.
Yes.
I think, should you take the spotlight?
Yeah, I've taken off the spotlight. For me, like it's in the gallery mode. I'm not sure. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, ready, smile. Yes,
Great.
thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else wanted to add something? Last minute comments, Soundar, Vijay Nambudiri, Rahul, Yashwant, Lily. Anybody wanted to share last minute? Jyoti, definitely. Yes.
You should remember I'm the talkative one here. Yeah, it was a wonderful session. And yes, I mean, if it could keep me quiet and, mesmerized for so long, that's what really is, it speaks for himself. I mean, there was so much of depth. There were small tips, as I think Babu sir mentioned, that we all know it, but we forget. And I love the one about this girl going in for the exams and that stop one, stop part of it.
Right.
That was very nice. And the cues were very nice.
Yeah.
How to notice each one's cues.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I did want to add one more comment, Dr. Mathangi. When we envisaged coachability, it was exactly like this, to distill practical tips that coaches can take. So I think, you have done so much more than that. Thank you.
Thank you. I think thanks again to Barbara sir, because he's the person who told me what topic I should take.
Wonderful.
We actually, Ranjit is, and we are all trying in as many people as possible, provide an opportunity for our members and associates to showcase their learning, because we believe, as a chapter, we believe that there is a lot of knowledge and this one, and there may not be any platform available. That is why we are created this coachability as an idea from Ranjit. We actually thought about it and created this. So thanks for coming and sharing your wisdom
Thank you.
with all of
Thank
us.
you. Just sharing because all of you are experts here from my department. We have
Totally.
this master's program with mind, body, and lifestyle sciences. And this
Oh.
started with the Benson Henry Institute at Harvard and NIMHANS here and with the Yoga Institute. That's how this entire program has. So in our 2-year master's program, a student gets to learn all the pillars of lifestyle along with yoga. But the most important component that was brought into it is all the tenets of coaching. So they have coaching in 3 of the semesters, and they completely do more as a lifestyle coach. So they are into the clinics with the patients with all the non-communicable diseases, be it cardiac or endocrine and other things. At least they have close to get to see 150 independent patients. So close to 470 hours in the clinical posting in itself. So they get that depth of training because like they are either a nutritionist. We have doctors, we have even yoga experts or Siddha people who are doing this program along with us. And they get to go into that component till that. Yeah, but how it happens for them is because they are very young. Now, all of us here have a lot of gray hairs that clearly says that it is easier. But when they're very young to tell a coaching, I just say that it is the way you look at all these things. And that connects for them. That's how we just thought that we should go to that level. That's the reason why we have put all these things with our students to just sharing that.
Wonderful, Doc.
If you have time, I'd just like
You
to
should
share
put
an
you
experience with the student. Like when you spoke about mindfulness, there was a child, because I am also doing a psychology course. So during one of the practicals, the student said to me, I could not speak in front of the school counselor because the counselor had kept her phone in front of the table, on the table, upside down. And I was only thinking, is it recording? So maybe it wasn't. But just the child was not able to share in school, and the child shared with me that this is what had happened, and I can't speak to anyone. So, like how we do in coaching, I said that this is a completely safe space, not recorded.
Yes.
All this I said. So
Correct.
that is when the child shared. So this is
Perfect.
so important, like small little things.
Small things, observing, like the kid observed that and immediately went into the recording.
Yes.
Right, beautiful.
any others wanted to share last? Vijayan would like to share anything?
See, I would like to introduce myself because I don't belong this type of group. I am from a different area, but I just wanted to know what is coaching and other things. And this class was very much influential in that thing. I think 𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐴𝐵 sir only gave me the link and to director me. I don't know whether you are the same 𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵, but
I am the same guy. I am the same.
yes.
There's only
Okay,
one and one
I am the
𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵.
same culprit. I am the same culprit.
There's only one and only one 𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵. Sir.
Yeah.
He is the senior most in our group. I think he's around 75 or 80. And
Thank you.
wanted
Thank
to-
you so much. I'll take it as a blessing. Thank you.
Geeta
Thanks
actually-
to
Geeta actually wanted to ask something. I don't know if we have responded. Geeta,
Yeah.
you were asking in between and the
Yeah, no, it was answered. It was regarding the online and offline,
yeah.
you know, how important it is. You know, that made me think. It's still lingering in my mind. I think I'm going to give it a thought post the
Yes.
session. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Actually, one of the international coach actually said that he will not put any background like this, what we are doing.
Correct.
Because
Yes.
we do not know what it's actually. Because if it is outside, then you will start, at least online, you will get into that same environment where you are in, get a feel of it.
Correct.
So what's his point of
I
view?
think
Anyway,
Vasu wants to, Vasu Raus.
Thank you so much, Mathangi, for an excellent session. And every time when we talk about the maintained presence, I'm always reminded of the Avatar movie, where the person tries to, tame the dragon, and only when the tail actually gets connected, where the energy gets connected, then the dragon comes under the control. So it's more of we trying to connect the energy part, and then that's where we end up becoming a mirror of the the coachee as well.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
Actually, with horse also, wild horses also, it is being told that how do you connect, and no, if you just try to jump onto it, it will throw you away. At the same time, be with it, slowly make them feel that connected, and then try to jump onto it. It is possible rather than moving in most of the Western things. It is being taught. Actually, in Chennai, there is a lady who teaches this one only through horses. It's a foreign lady based out of Chennai. Only she brings the horses to the office or places to ensure that how to learn from the horses, emotional quotient and other things. Very interesting. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Mathangi.
Thank you. And those who have not submitted the feedback, right? The feedback form, which is working, is
no, you can send it
yeah.
on the mails. We can request.
It's working now. The link is working.
It's working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll also
Dr.
put it in the
Mathangi,
chat.
want to connect with you, how can we do? I mean, I have the number. Like if those who are
Sure.
from our chapter.
Okay.
We are not going to
I'll
ask if
put
there's
my-
an age limit for the course, for the master's.
We have no age limit. Only thing, it is currently in person.
Oh, yes.
Shortly, we might go online. We are preparing for it as well. We have currently got it accredited by Certified Coaches Alliance from Vancouver, Canada. We are trying to go for ICF and MC. Hopefully, we'll get that also.
Good luck, Dr. Mathangi.
Thank you so much.
Dr.
I'll put
Mathangi,
my mobile number here. Yes, sir.
sorry. Can we request you to share your LinkedIn connect, so it will be easier for everybody to connect if it's possible? Sorry.
I thought,
Was the-
Ranjit sir, you had posted it with my LinkedIn, right?
Yeah. Yes, I
Yes, yes.
get that.
Sorry.
Vasu.
Okay, fine, sure.
Yeah.
It should be there in the post
I
actually.
think in the flyer, because sir asked me on that, so I shared it along with that.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sure. Thank you very much. Thank you, and thanks for the
Thank you
opportunity.
all.
Yeah.